Hey, just wanted to drop in, give you a little weekend special here. This is a little different than what I've been doing, but I told you before I was going to do a little video here and there, just a little bit about me, and I wanted to answer a question. I've been talking a lot about my Pyrenees that I've got on the outside. I mention them every once in a while. You get to hear them bark some, but someone was asking me about my inside dogs. Well, we got one now, but I'm going to talk about, before I could talk about my 3 dogs that I have now, I want to talk to you about the dog that I lost, because it wouldn't be right if I left her out. We got her about when she was 5 years old. We'd been looking for a house dog. We tried a few different breeds where some people we knew that had them that was needing for some reason or another to maybe rehome them, and we tried, but it just didn't work out with us because, you know, they're fine breeds, but they just wasn't what exactly we was looking for. But we ended up hearing about a little shitzu, or that brand or breed. And so we bought this little shitzu when she was 5 years old, and we had her for 8 years until she left us and passed away. But this little dog, we named her Jenna. She's the thumbnail, and if you look close at the thumbnail, you'll see how pretty she was. These little dogs are wonderful house dogs, and somebody was asking me, you know, about our little house dog, and I thought, well, I needed to tell you about Jenna before I could tell you about the other 3, because she was really the one that, there's just something special about a dog and the relationship that you can get with them, and this was unlike any other dog is what she was with us. She had I guess if you talk about pros and cons of dogs on the inside, and that's basically where she stayed unless we was taking her for a grooming or something like that. She was a house dog. But you know, if you want to talk about the good and the pros and the cons, I don't know if I could really tell you a con on her or on this brand, because she's the only one I've known, this one and then the one I have now. The pros, they're excellent dogs. Now, the one I've got now, we got her as a pup, and so her characteristics are a little bit different, but we fell in love with her, and I mean, this little dog is so incredible. She'll deserve a whole video all on her own in the future. But right now, about Jenna had a little bit more of a well, she was 5, as I said, when we got her, so she had made it through her puppy stage. And Jenna was the kind of dog that we could leave the house, and when we left the house, you didn't have to worry about her tearing up anything. You didn't have to worry about her getting into anything. She actually had a little beanbag chair that my daughter had. She sort of took it for her own, and a lot of times when we would leave, she would go into there to that beanbag chair, and that's where she would sit in her bedroom till we got home. When we would walk in the door, many times, here she would come running. Boy, and she would want you to play with her for about 2 minutes. She'd bark, you know. Then after that, she'd go right back to her beanbag chair or to her little couch or little cushion that she had in our den. So they're wonderful dogs. Now, as far as she wasn't a lap dog. In other words, she didn't want to stay in your lap, but she did want to be, a lot of times, she wanted to be in the same room with you. Especially my daughter. Of course, they have an attraction usually to like one certain person. So she would get with my daughter, and you know, it would be like if you were sitting on the couch, she would sit on the couch a lot of times, but she wouldn't sit right by you. She might sit down from you. So she wasn't a lap dog, but yet at the same time, she did enjoy being with you. So these dogs are just wonderful dogs. I mean, she seldom barks in the house if you're worried about a dog barker, and she seldom barks. But I will say this, she had a sense about her, and when, of course, I had one of my Pyrenees at the time that I had Jenna, and of course my Pyrenees would bark at, you know, basically the grass growing. He barks at anything, and or she did, the dog that I have. But Jenna always could sense when something was going on outside. It might be somebody driving up the road, which is right past our house, to our neighbor that, you know, normally people don't travel on. Jenna would let out a little bark, and you would know that, you know, it wouldn't be a loud bark, but she would let you out a little clue that knew something was going on outside. So, you know, and then it might be a deer in the drive, you know, a deer in the front yard over here. You know, Jenna would let you know. So she was a good little watchdog, is what she was. And I'm not going to tell you that I didn't cry, because I did. I shed some tears when she left, because these dogs are such wonderful dogs, and we love dogs, and they had become a part of our life. And so I just wanted to put this little video to answer this question. As like I said, they wanted me to, and I will address my dogs, but I couldn't address the 3 that I have now without starting out by telling you about her, because she was such a wonderful little dog. It broke our heart when she left us, but all 3 of us, you know, my wife, my daughter. But one thing we did do is we thought about maybe even getting a different kind of house dog, a smaller, you know, the house dog in that range. And we looked at some other breeds, because, you know, we figured, you know, if we got the same kind of dog, it would be so similar and remind us. But then, hey, we know this breed, we love this breed, you know, we like the way Jenna was. And so now we've got this one, and like I said, I'm not going to tell you too much about her now. I'll save her for another video. But her name, I will tell you her name. It's Latte, and I will tell you what, we got her as a pup, so we have enjoyed raising her and watching her grow. She's such a wonderful little dog. She has already captured our love, and they're just wonderful little dogs. So I can say, and I will say, everybody's different. You're welcome to try any breed you like, but I will say I highly recommend a Shih Tzu if you're looking for a little dog in the house that will want to share your love, and you can share your love with. These are wonderful little dogs. So tune in the next video. We want to get back into the prophetic that we was talking about on the last video. Like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified every time we upload a video. So catch you on the next video. Remember, keep praying. God loves you. You love God, hopefully, and God's got this under control, and we're looking for better things. So we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.